Amex has increased the annual fees on at least 4 of its credit cards, including the Gold and the Platinum. Alongside these increases though, they are also making some changes to the way the welcome bonuses are structured, and they're currently offering like the highest welcome bonuses that I have ever seen them offer here in the UK. So in this video today, we'll discuss what these changes mean and how you could benefit from them if you are planning to apply for an Amex card in the next few months, as well as the effect of these changes on those of us who already hold an Amex card at the moment, just like myself. We'll go through each of the 4 affected cards, starting from the least, at least in my opinion, least impressive change, going towards the biggest one. We're not going to get into too much detail about any of the cards to keep this video relatively short, and instead I'll make separate videos at least for the Gold and Platinum cards with a more in-depth cost/benefit analysis. So our number 1 is the Nectar credit card from American Express. Absolutely nothing has changed on this card except for the annual fee, which has increased from £25 a year to £30 a year, which represents a roughly 20% increase. Bear in mind that this card is still free in its first year, so if you're planning to apply for it, nothing sort of changes for you because you will only have to pay the annual fee starting from year 2. And if you were interested in this card, I did review it here on the channel in detail, and I'll link to the corresponding video below in the description. And we are moving on to the card number 2, which is the Mariott Bonvoy card from American Express. I have not talked about this card before here on the channel, but this is a very valuable card for those of you who already stay at Mariott properties and are part of the Bonvoy loyalty program. And now until November 14th, this card is offering an increased welcome bonus of 40,000 Mariott points, up from 20,000 before. Just to put this into context, the redemptions with Mariott start from 7,500 points, which means you could theoretically use these 40,000 points in order to get 5 nights at a mid-range Mariott hotel somewhere in a smaller city or town, or you could use the same amount of points to get 1 or 2 nights at a more upscale hotel instead. And as for the annual fee, it is increasing to £95, up from £75, which represents a roughly 25% increase. And another important point is that this card does not and did not waive the fee in the first year, so if you decide to take it out, you'll have to pay the fee right away. The Mariott Bonvoy card offers a lot more benefits beyond just the welcome bonus, and as I said before, they would be extremely valuable to someone who already stays at Mariott properties regularly or is at least willing to switch to this brand in the future. We're not going to go into the details of this card today, but there will be a separate video reviewing this card later this week. And the next credit card on our list is the American Express Gold, which is personally one of my favorite ones, or even maybe my favorite credit card. So until January 9th, it is offering an increased welcome bonus of 25,000 American Express membership reward points, or if you are referred to the card by an existing cardholder, this bonus goes up to 30,000 points. 30,000 membership reward points are worth £200 if converted into Avios and then converted into Nectar and spent at Sainsbury's, Argos, eBay, or Eurostar, which are the main Nectar partners. Alternatively, if you use these points sort of the way they were intended to be used, that is, if you convert them into airline miles or hotel points and use them to book travel, you can easily get over £300 of value out of the 30,000 membership reward points. By the way, I do have a dedicated video about the best ways to spend the Amex points, and I'm going to link to it in the description below. Also, do bear in mind that this card is free in its first year, so you can get this bonus of 30,000 membership reward points and all the other benefits that the card offers, such as the Deliveroo credits or the airport lounge access, for completely free, and then you only have to pay the annual fee starting from year 2. And when it does come to year 2, the annual fee has increased from £160 that it was before to £195, which represents a roughly 20% increase. So if you were just planning to apply for the Gold card, nothing really changes for you, again, just like with the Nectar card, because the fee is only due from year 2 and you can try the card for free in year 1. However, it's a slightly different question whether or not the card is worth keeping for year 2 and beyond. And here we come to the change in the welcome bonus structure that I alluded to before. So what Amex did is they're giving you this 30,000 membership reward points bonus at the beginning. However, they will also give you an additional 5,000 points for spending anything in the month 15 of your card membership. So it looks like they're trying to come up with some additional incentives to get people to keep the cards for longer. However, 5,000 membership reward points does not seem like such a big incentive that would actually change things. Let me know in the comments what you think about this move, because to me 5,000 points seem more like additional nice bonus for those people who would have kept the card anyway. However, it doesn't seem like it's enough to actually sway people towards keeping the card if they weren't originally intending to do so. Because to convince someone to pay £195 for a card that they would have otherwise closed, it seems like you need to offer something a little more substantial. And that is exactly what they're doing with the Platinum card, which we're going to look at next. So our card number 4, as you would have guessed, is the Amex Platinum. This one is offering a bonus of 75,000 membership reward points also until January 9th. I think this is the highest that they have gone in the UK in terms of the welcome bonuses from Amex. However, it goes even higher to 80,000 points if, again, you are referred to the card by an existing cardholder as opposed to just applying directly on the Amex website by yourself. 80,000 membership reward points are worth over £500 if you spend them with Nectar partner stores, or if you spend them on travel, you can easily get over £800 of value out of them. The flip side though, or even two, is that firstly, you need to spend £10,000 in the first 6 months with the card in order to qualify for this bonus. I think this is the highest spending threshold that I've seen from Amex, but also at the same time, this is the highest bonus that I've seen from Amex. So I guess it kind of makes sense. And secondly, this card has gotten more expensive. The annual fee has gone up from £575 to £650. And just like with the gold card, Amex is trying to get you to keep the card for longer. And in order to do that, they are offering an additional 25,000 membership reward points for spending anything at all in the month 15 of your membership. And again, that means that to get this second part of the welcome bonus, you have to keep the card for the second year, meaning that you have to pay the annual fee twice. However, there is actually a way for you to grab at least a part of this huge welcome bonus, and specifically the 80,000 points part, and not pay the whole annual fee for the first year. If you remember, Amex was planning to stop giving out refunds on annual fees for people that canceled their cards early. And I even made a separate video about that a few months back, and that change was supposed to kick in starting from October. However, American Express have decided to delay this change, and that kind of makes sense that they're delaying this change instead of doing it just as they are increasing the annual fees on their cards. So the agent told me over the phone that the change is delayed until at least 2024, but they were not able to give me a specific date. Helpful Points in the meantime reports end of February as the new date for when this change will actually take effect. What this means in theory is that someone could actually take out the Platinum card, spend the £10,000 on it, grab the bonus of 80,000 membership reward points, then close the card if they decide it's not right for them, and get a refund for the unused portion of the annual fee. In practice though, this might be a little bit challenging because it means that you have to spend the £10,000 on the card ideally by the end of the year, or at the latest by February. So it will depend on people's personal circumstances a lot. Those who do have some big purchases coming up might actually find it quite easy. Finally, what about those of us who already have an Amex card or multiple Amex cards? The good news is that the increased annual fees will only impact us from next year. So if you have a renewal date coming up this year, that will happen at the old prices. So what I'm going to do next is make a few dedicated videos with detailed cost/benefit analysis for some of these cards that take into account the new increased annual fees. I'm going to start with the Mariott Bonvoy credit card because it has the shortest window of the increased welcome bonus, which is only available until November 14th. And then I'll follow it up with the Gold and the Platinum cards, which have the special offers running until January 9th. So consider subscribing to the channel in order to not miss these upcoming videos. And in the meantime, check out this video where I talk about the best ways to spend your American Express membership rewards, which seems very relevant now given the huge welcome bonuses that Amex has given out. And yeah, thank you for watching so much today, and I hope to see you in the next videos.